Top 5 album cover copycats. We're working our way up to the absolute worst of the bunch, so stick around to the end of the video to catch your favorite artist tempting the lawsuits of fate. Number 5. Being the least lawsuitish out of the bunch. This one isn't actually about cover art, but more album title. In 2007, the Foo Fighters released Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace. But just one short year later, The Offspring released Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace. Both of these bands are graceful as heck, ranking among my top 40 bands. But these album titles, they're too close for comfort. Dave, Dex, figure it out. Number 4, we have nofx, stealing ideas from the Bloodhound Gang of all bands. Now, with such a big gap between these releases, I'm not sure that this one is actually a copyright strike claim. This one may be an album deprecating coincidence. nofx and Bloodhound Gang, you guys have a lot of money, but keep up the deprecating.
I like it.
Good. We are at number 3 and cranking up the plagiarism to infinity. The following artwork is so similar, so identical. The creative person behind the artwork needs to be put under the prison.
June of 2005.
The Offspring released a solid 14-track greatest hits album. 4 months later, Blink-182 dropped an identical greatest hits compilation with the same name, the same design, same parental advisory sticker. Offspring were first in June of 2005 with Blink-182 copying it on Halloween Day. Offspring are just having a lot of darn issues on this list. Just like Blink-182 ripping off The Offspring. But in this situation, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are in the wrong despite making the better album of the two. We are talking about March 11th's Swan by Unwritten Law. And then just a short 5 months later, Hot Chili Peppers, that's right, the Chili Peppers, released I'm With You. I Am With You. Subscribe. PETA? Yeah, you're Peter with PETA. Unwritten Law and Red Hot Chili Peppers they're exploiting adult maggots on their album cover. Hello? Number 1! Up until now, the albums that we have looked at have contained pretty decent music within their copyright infringing album covers. But these next two, oh man. These albums are bad. The albums are by two bands that I do stick up for when I have the opportunity. For the last 13 years or so, those opportunities have been few and far between. Assistant, go ahead and roll that, let me read my script here. Go ahead and roll that shockingly mediocre bean footage. While both bands dropped these bland, mediocre, middle-of-the-road, soulless, robotic, uninspired, limp, you get the point. These two bands released the type of music that they're good at in 2011. Three Doors Down did it first, and they did it worst, with the astoundingly underwhelming, maybe just whelming, Time of My Life. It's a snooze fest that undoubtedly has 12 tracks. and song titles with words like go, life, and sun in them because
creativity is evil or something.
now the Clock Tower album from Nickelback is a little better than the Clock Tower album from Three Doors whatever, but not by much. It's the standardest of standard Nickelback albums with 11 singles crammed into 39 minutes and, wait.
Wait a minute here.
The good old Wikipedias has shared something with me. These two albums are nearly the same length. Not only do they have the cringe-worthy Clock Tower album cover, they're both 40 minutes, almost to the dot. Universal Records is tied to both of these records in one way or another, so I'm not blaming the bands for this one. I am blaming Universal Records for these cookie cutter rock records. I think that Universal Studios may have a button that they press and a new Nickelback album pops out. If Three Doors Down, if they have a new album coming out around the same time, if they're active, then they just they store brand Nickelback. That's what you get. So, despite being the same vanilla hoopla served over and over again, they slap Bradley Whoever vocal on top of it, and there you go. Three Doors. I'm looking at the discography of both of these bands, and you don't have to have a YouTuber like me to tell you this. You can see the pattern. It's there. We're looking at this right now. We got both bands formed in the mid-90s, and both broke big around the same time. Nickelback started first, while Three Doors Down blew up first. And like I said, I give both these bands credit where credit is due. There's a lot of songs by these guys that I do like, that I do enjoy. But since around 2008, like after their 2008 releases, neither of these bands have added anything to the rock and roll landscape in any significant fashion. Three Doors Down, Nickelback. Bad, bad, bad. All my favorite songs are not by Nickelback. And stealing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a married ever into been divorced a time or 10 or 2. Got married to Pete Townsend once. Got married to Mike Dirnt a couple of times, it's true. Father of all is better than Duke. Red Hot Chili Pepper. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's right, the Chili Peppers released I'm With You. I Am With You. Subscribe.